Hey everybody, Jonathan Holmes here. I'm with Rami. Ismail.
Hi.
Hi, he's here.
Rami's here.
And he's going to show us some of his favorite games at PAX East 2018. What do we have here, Rami?
So this is Kuso, and it's I know what you might think. It's in the Vlaanderen game booth. Like, why are you showing a Vlaanderen game? But this is actually not a Vlaanderen game. It's a game made by actually by the guy who does our events and merchandise. And he's an old friend. But he also turns out to be a really good game developer. So he made a game called Love a few years ago, and now he followed it up with a game called Kuso. And Kuso is a really hard platformer. But the trick to it is that you can set a checkpoint whenever you want. So if you look on the screen, you see like the little blippy thing there?
Yeah.
That's a checkpoint, and you can put it anywhere you want. But if it gets damaged, it gets destroyed. So it's a really hard platformer. You can make it as hard as you want. If you want to make it really simple, you should just set a checkpoint every time you clear a thing. If you want to make it really hard, you just don't set checkpoints ever and try to beat the game in one go. So it does that sort of self-selecting difficulty. You want a hard time? Give yourself a hard time. You just want some challenges and feel good about yourself? You just drop checkpoints everywhere.
Sure.
It's really fun. It has an amazing visual style. Like, it immediately like evokes like Atari style platforming a little.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's hard. Apparently Kuso is a Japanese like way of saying like shit.
Yeah, it's shit
not
game.
actually, it's not literally shit. It's like being frustrated.
Right.
So I guess he named it that way. My friend's actually right over there, but I guess.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
How's it going at the show?
It's great.
Do people like your video game?
It seems like it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you do the whole thing?
The whole thing except for the music. So I get to gush about how great the music is because I don't have to be bashful about that. Yeah.
Oh, it looks great.
Thank you.
And how do you spell it?
K-U-S-O.
All right.
Japanese Kuso.
Right, for poop games.
Yeah. Well, no, not so much. This is the one.
Kuso.
It's available at kuso.ge.
All right. So there's Mr. Tunic.
Tunic.
Rami, what's this game?
So this is the best way I can describe it is it's sort of a love letter to the games like Zelda. So it's not Zelda. Like it's not a Zelda game, but it feels like the person who made this really loves Zelda.
It looks expensive.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that really stands out.
Did you make this game? Is that what you did?
I've been called Mr. Tunic. I don't know how I feel about that.
Sounds nice to me. How long have you been working on this Tunic?
1, 2, 3 years.
My goodness. How close are you to done?
We're looking at next year.
Yeah. That's great. So what makes Tunic different in your opinion, Rami? You can tell us.
I think Tunic has a really good sense of place and world, and just a sense of location that is super rare to get this right in a video game. Like every place you go, it's like a little miracle. You walk in, it's gorgeous. You try to figure out these connections in this world, trying to figure out where to get things, how to move around, but also just it's a very pleasant place.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that as you go through the game, there's more challenges. There's a little bit more darkness, maybe. I'm just looking over at the artists who put a little bit of their soul in here.
Well, that would be a nice juxtaposition, so then you'll enjoy the light when you come back to it. So you're doing the playground with Finji, and you're talking about sense of place in Tunic, but that's kind of the deal with all of Finji's games. Overland, Night in the Woods, such an amazing sense of place. Becca, you're Finji involved. Is that something you go for? Is that something that you pre-plan, that you want your games to give a strong sense of environment, a sense of atmosphere that speaks?
That's the whole, like, our whole thing. We never actually talk about it publicly, weirdly.
Holy crap, I just figured it out.
You did.
Thanks to Rami, of course.
Yeah, no, Adam and I actually talk about this all the time, that like kind of the extra character in all of our games is this really, like in Night in the Woods we have Possum Springs, and Possum Springs is a character that sort of acts on everybody else. In Overland we have like a post-apocalyptic Earth, and that is acting on the characters, and it's like this fully fleshed out thing with its own personality. And in Tunic, like the world in Tunic is so big and so beautiful that like it has meaning and a purpose, and I can't tell you anything else about it because that would spoil something. But yeah, no, that's actually a thing that we look at. It took us years to figure out like what's the thing that really like draws us to a game.
Sure.
And it's it's the place that the games take place in. Like even back in the day, like Cannibalt, like the city that Cannibalt takes place in, that's collapsing all around it. Like we made that, and it's that the city is the extra character in Cannibalt.
Yeah, absolutely. So well put.
Thank you.
What fun. Yeah.
Talk about it a lot.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking about it with me. All right, Rami, where are we going?
One more that way.
Okay. Due process. What's going on with due process?
Like one of the things I'm a little sad about is indies don't make a lot of first-person shooters.
Yep.
Because it's a genre that could really use some indie every now and then.
Yeah,
right? Like some new ideas, some interesting things. Due process is one of those games. It's a team-based versus shooter. So you play team versus team. And think of it like a SWAT attack game. So if you look up there, it's basically you play 5 versus 5 SWAT team versus the people in the house trying to break in. It's a little bit reminiscent of Rainbow Six Siege. That way. But a huge part of this is you actually get to draw on the map before you start. You get to communicate a plan. So it goes a little bit snappier. It's all a little bit faster, a little bit more into planning, a little bit less into shooting.
Sure.
It makes for a really interesting, really strategic, really tense game. And I kind of miss that a little. Like the faster, like let's get in, let's get out, let's get this done. Matches aren't very long. The drawings you make are actually on the floor. So all those drawings from before, the appropriate team can see those.
Okay.
So there's a lot of like pre-planning, and then the action is just moments, and it's super cool.
It sounds what I like about it, from what you're telling me, is I won't have to talk with anybody that much. I'll communicate through drawing, and then follow the plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then if the plan is wrong, you lose. Yeah. That's it. Get the plan right, and if not, you have to deal with your mess. It'll be so much harder to fix it.
Right.
If you get the plan right. A lot of thinking.
Yeah.
Little shooting.
So thinking,
really good shooter.
again the action, try to execute,
and then fix all your mess up.
Sounds good. Sounds like my life actually. Yeah. Now we're looking at Semblance?
Semblance.
What's Semblance, Rami?
Semblance is it's a platforming game about platforms that are jelly. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, you're this cute little character, and as you move around, you can see that the world moves, and you can bounce into it to reform it.
Oh yeah.
And to change how it looks. And it starts really simple, right? Something is in the way, you bump, you bash into it. Now it's out of the way. But as you go, there's a little bit more of like up and down.
You're pitching my game.
I am pitching your game.
Hi, how are you? Did you make Semblance?
Yeah, what's going on? You're pitching my game when I'm not here, Rami? That's rude.
I'm basically trying to show my 3 favorite games in the show.
Well, please walk on. Please, I don't want it to be on your favorite games list. Please leave.
Let's get
Please go. No, Rami, right, it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke. Are you sure?
Do they have that in the Netherlands? I'm not
Jokes?
Sure. Human. No.
Okay. That's South Africa.
We'll get there eventually. We'll get there.
South Africa.
So, geez, what the heck's your name?
Ben Tall Guy 34. It's a very generic white guy name, but I'm sticking to it.
No, it sounds real. Yeah. I don't even think you're lying to me. And you made Semblance.
Semblance.
You're making it by yourself with a team?
No, a team of 5 in South Africa. It's a country.
All of them cooler than him. I don't know why they sent him out.
And what's the, if you were wanting to understand Semblance quickly, how it's going to make you feel? We're going straight for the emotions. You got them feeling emotions.
Makes you feel like you're playing with Play-Doh. I say Play-Doh because I don't want to be sued, but you know what I mean.
I do.
You know what I mean.
But you know. You're getting in there with traditional platformer elements.
Yes.
So people thinking, I'm going to be playing something that reminds me of the Super Mario Bros.
No, it's not true. We're calling it the first real platformer.
Whoa.
Because it's the first game. Everything else in the genre before has been a lie. Everything else has just been a running and jumping on platformer.
A jumper, if you will.
Where platforming is the verb. Platforms are the thing you change.
That's right.
So it's the first real platform.
So you jump not only to...
Wow.
You're jumping not only to get on a platform, but to change the shape of a platform.
Yes.
Is there going to be like boss fights? Is there going to be
there's
like...
going to be really big platforms, which are about as boss fighty as we get.
But it's going to make you feel like, wow, all the skills I've learned, I now need to apply them.
Makes you think completely different about the whole genre of platforming. Pretty much.
How you like that?
That's true.
Is that all what you would say, Rami?
I would say a little bit more gracefully.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'll let him say the rest. It's okay, Rami. You got this. You pitched my game more beautifully. You got this.
Anyway, it's lovely. Ben is too, but don't tell him that. Don't tell him I said that.
Well, I'm excited for him. I love the art style. I love the concept. It's gonna be my only question at this point, and I'm sure Ben is asking himself this too, is how to keep expanding on it so it's not a one-note tune.
So that's actually one of the more impressive things about this game. You look at it and think, okay, this is a one-off mechanic, right? You can only do one thing with it. They found a lot of really interesting ways to use this to stop you from using it, to like create interesting challenges beyond just, okay, you can move this platform. Like,
Sure.
turns out that in one little mechanic there's a lot of gameplay if you just stick to it and don't allow yourself to just add new stuff immediately, and I think they do a really good job of experimenting with the mechanic and creating interesting situations.
Awesome, thanks Rami. Well, I'm trembling a little bit.
That's
I think I have to stop the video.
Ben is imposing.
Anything you want us to know before we go?
I mean, there's always so much good stuff at PAX that if you're just curious about the other stuff, look up the list, look up Mega Booth, look up Playground, check out what's here. Because there's infinite games. We could walk around until your arm falls off.
I know, we sure could.
Let's not do that. People just check out the games. There's a lot.
And I'll close by saying, Rami, I can't believe you're still so legit. I mean, a lot of people sell 1 million copies. A lot of people have Elijah Wood tweeting about their games. I never see him again. But here you are, just hanging out with me like a regular human being.
It's good to see you. It's been way too long.
It's good to see you too, Rami. Yeah. Okay. Bye.